Page 42, Flee as a Bird. It's in the key of D minor. It's got one flat, similar to F major, but it's D minor. 4/4 time. It's got dotted rhythms all over the place, but again, hopefully by now you understand dotted rhythms. If not, I encourage you to go back through book 1 again of the method book and cover it. Make sure you understand dotted rhythms. They're so important. At the top there, when the right hand comes in, 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, or just go 1 and 2 and understand that 16th note is in between them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 2 and 3 and. If you can get that rhythm, you pretty much got it for the piece, for the most part. There's a little differences, but that's it. So follow their fingering, it's fine. And the third line, if you don't want to put a thumb on that key, then you have to come down with the second finger. And if you're going to do that, it's probably better to play the half note with third finger. Here, then you can come down better. That's alright. But if you can, use thumb. That's fine. Page 43, second line here. Cross over, third finger. And they're saying 1 and 2. If you don't want to do that, then instead of third finger, you need to put fourth finger there on that F. So the first measure is here. Cross over the fourth finger. And now you can do 2 and 3. And then thumb here. It's a new phrase. Lift up. 2, 3, 1, 2. Last line. You're here. Come down. You can use fifth finger there if you want, but put thumb on the half note. It's up to you. Fourth finger's fine too. Now the last measure, 43 here, I recommend a 2, 3, 5 for the chord. This is it. I'm just doing it. It's here. I'm going to hold that 4 counts, by the way, because of the metronome. And the fermata, you know the game. Okay. Left hand's eighth notes. These should help keep the right hand rhythm going, I hope. It's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just a broken chord. It's wonderful. In the second line, 5/7 chord. And then you have this. If you don't want to put a thumb on that, then you're going to have to figure that 5/4/2. And that's doable. You can do that. And then 4. Page 43, second measure, the first line, you're here. Then go on. You can do a 4, 2, 1. And then here. Cross under, thumb. It's like a scale. Third line down, last 2 measures. Then here. And that last one, you can do a 5, 3, 2 if you don't want to put a thumb on the black. And that's the left hand. So work them out one hand at a time and then try putting them together. Let's see if we can shorten the video a little bit, and let's cover dynamics and put them together at the same time. At the beginning it's soft, and that's the left hand, well, whatever, playing is soft. Keep it soft, and then when the right hand comes in, it's medium loud. Keep the left hand soft. At the top of page 43, now you're loud. Here. And this is what I'm saying with the 8th notes helping out, because the 16th note comes in between them. So if you can place that 16th note between them, and I mean, the whole thing's been this way. It's just this loud goes to the left hand, or goes to the melody, not the left hand. Keep the left hand soft. You can bring the left hand up a little bit, but keep it well under the melody. Now, careful, because there's not a lot of difference between a medium loud or moderately loud and loud. It's just a little louder. Okay, don't get carried away with the loudness. It's not really loud. And then in the second line, second measure, well, let's start with second line. And then second measure, you're coming back down to medium loud. And then the third line down, last measure, you're going to slow down and go back up to loud. Stay loud in the last line and stay slower. And then when you repeat, go back to your moderato again. If you do the second ending, stay slower. And get soft. Now you're soft. And you let it die away. It's a pretty piece. Now we're going to add pedal to this to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Help us out, because we've got a lot of repeated notes and we want to smooth those out if we can, and we're going to add some overtones and pretty it up. So I'm going to pedal it pretty much like they're saying to pedal it, but I want to hear the rest and I want to hear the phrasing. At the beginning, I'll push the pedal down right after I play the notes, and then I'm going to change the pedal after I play the notes, and I lift it up as I play the B flat in the right hand. On the second line here, I don't pedal, how do I say this? I only pedal the first beat and a half or so. I don't pedal the rest of the measure, because I want to hear the rest in the right hand, and the pedal would cover that up. So it's here. Then I can go on. Put a little crescendo there because that's what I feel, although you don't have to. Third line, and in the third line, first measure, they're saying change the pedal on the third beat. I don't. I just lift the pedal up and leave it up. So I'll lift it up after I play those chords, those notes, the third beat, and then I leave it up. So it's like this. Going on. We lift it up for the rest, and going on to page 43 here. So they're pedaling. This gets tricky. I'm only going to pedal the first and third beats. I'm not pedaling the others because of the dotted rhythm. And in the second measure, I'm only pedaling the first beat and a half or so. I'm not pedaling at the end. I want to hear the rest in the right hand. Then going on, I can pedal the first beat in the first measure of the second line, and none of the other. And then the last couple of lines, I'm pedaling it just like it's shown. It's fine, just the way it is. Well, that's my suggestions on pedaling. You'll notice on this arrangement above the staff, all the way through this piece, they have the chord names. You see the DM at the beginning, that stands for D minor. On the next line, it has an A7, that's the A7 chord or the 5/7 chord. D minor, B flat 7. These are so if there's a guitar player around, they can play with you. They'll read these chords and they'll just improvise something on those chords, and you can play together. It makes it nice. I'd like to play it with you slowly. On the repeats, I'm only going to repeat once. There's more verses where you can repeat more than once if you want, but I'm just going to repeat once. I just want to cover the notes and the rhythms and so forth, and I'll try and pedal it like I've indicated. So I'll give us 4 counts, and let's try this slowly. So put your hands in D minor position. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go, and. Rest. Repeat. Rest. Hold 2 off.